All right, everything's ready. We're just about ready to start in a minute. All right, I'll just put on whoever we got starting first, which looks to be Gracia Borealis and congealed dairy. And that works out because I'm sure we're going to have a lot of games of S91 to put on later. Anyhow, I did get a new Ethernet cable, so hopefully there's no issues on that front. So let's see, we have Gracia Borealis on Helion and congealed dairy on Killer Bee. This is pretty new. Congealed dairy I haven't seen play before, but they're from the UK, which means their connection shouldn't be too bad, to be honest. We don't have a lot of players here from Europe. That's nice to see. Right, yeah, kind of playing this stalling game. Killer Bee has some options to engage here. I think you can, yeah, anti-air drill is pretty solid. You can also air throw. There are a lot of ways you can kind of mix up your timing and try and trick them into getting hit by air throw, but it's a lot harder than it looks. Oof, okay. Gracia swoops in for the kill there. Okay, yeah. Unless you get an early lead, this can be kind of tough. Okay, that works. Could have potentially got a throw from that mistack, though. Yeah, if you're Killer Bee, you want to try and not overuse the follow-up drill to that. Is a fun mix-up option, but it's not always your go-to. Yeah, not sure what exactly is going on here, because Congealed Dairy is just kind of staying on the ground in a position where they can't really touch Helion here. Okay, that's something. Yeah, they've been using the wrong version of drill there and going down when they want to go up. All right, we are back into the second game of the set here. Yeah, I think the number one thing as Killer B here is that you want to at least potentially like use your weapon while in the air to try and get Helion. That also works though. But yeah, Killer B has very little reason to stay on the ground like this, so things are not quite... Okay, no, things are starting to go Derry's way right now. Killer B is kind of tough to play in all honesty, but yeah, if you're going to be going for Helion here, you need to become comfortable with air throw. There's one matchup I'll have to keep an eye on, see if there's more footage for reference. Oof. Good dive there from Gracia. But yeah, you want to be careful. Air drill does not have an upwards version. It's either straight forward or down. You can potentially use, 236 LH to go straight up, and that can be another option at some ranges if you're very close and directly under Helion. In this matchup especially, you shouldn't be directly on the ground against Helion. That's where they want you. Oh, the burst, that was kind of rude. All right, yeah, this is probably game right here. Oh, there's a catch. Right, well, that is a score 2-0 for Gracia Borealis. Okay, Telos is also Brazil. Nice. We now have 3 players in bracket from Brazil. Yeah, unfortunately, inexperience in this game is a bit of a killer. But as far as Helion, you should definitely check out, and you can kind of put them on in training mode and have them just like hold boost for a second and see what you can do to hit them up there, and just, how long exactly it takes you to go up there and, say, shoot weapon or attempt an air throw or anything like that. Because it is very hard to approach that matchup if you don't have a sort of mental picture of how long it takes you to reach Helion. Once you're more comfortable with your movement, that matchup becomes approachable. Oh, wow. That was actually a trade. Okay. Very rare you see a double KO like that. So far, Telos on Jackal, looking fairly solid, but maybe a little unsure how to apply pressure after knockdown of this character, which is fair. I mean, they don't have any obvious mix-up aside from just doing Tatsu as usual. When in doubt, you can probably pretty safely throw out heavy Tatsu. Well, Mileto does have the matchup experience, crucially, against S91. All right, there's one round because the first one was a stalemate. In this position, I think the best thing as Jackal is to kind of, you can block it out once, but then maybe like try and guard cancel and jump out. Fordy doesn't really do much air to air compared to most characters. Oh my god, the huge damage and then the OTG too. Really good stuff coming out from Mileto here. Alright, that looks like that was 2-0. Did Vivi and Melody already play, or is this... maybe they were having trouble playing earlier. Alright, so we got this, and we got S91 versus Lord Louie, which I think just finished up. Okay, the Vise. Vivi on Vise. This matchup should be good on paper, but Vise is a bit tricky to pilot. But you have to be very confident in your 6-2-3 motions for command grab. And yeah, Vise is a perfect example of like being aware of how long it takes. Oh, that could have been a grab there. Being aware of how long it takes to physically approach Helion from that position. I do like seeing the use of Vise Sweep, though. Vise Sweep, for whatever reason, is it... Oh, the cross-ups. That's crazy. Vise Sweep is apparently a frame 4 button, which is really unusual for this game. But the downside is that it, you know, doesn't like lead to a tech throw situation, but you can easily tech chase by using missiles, so can still be pretty good for you. Right, here comes the bullying. Oh yeah, that was probably a misinput. Right. So far, Melody doing a good job to keep her distance. Oh, just barely clips Vise there. Right, yeah. There's still a lot of time on the board, so if Vivi is able to get just one command grab, it could turn things around completely. There we go, okay. All you need is one more at this stage. Maybe missiles? Probably, oh, that's tough. That could have been the game right there. Alright, we're still in this. Yo, thank you for the Rage OP reel. What were we all streaming tonight? Dugster. That's a really good amount. Yeah, so we're out here with Cyberbots today. Bit of a smaller bracket. Maybe people are getting mixed up by the date change, or it's been a time. But so far, we're just starting out into our, you know, Swiss rounds. Right, gets a grab. Right, we have to finish a Dark Souls run. All right, cool. I think Dark Souls is one of those like big games. Oh, speaking of big, there's a big command grab. Dark Souls is one of those big games that I haven't played, along with like Half-Life, where it's like, you know, maybe I'll get to it eventually. All right, anti-air running light there. Going to take the match for Melody. I will be honest this time and stick with S91 Melody for the first streamed match. Hopefully the one Brazil to UK connection isn't too bad. Yeah, I imagine Dark Souls is like its reputation precedes itself, and like at its core, something that people have people that I follow have said a lot is like people do not treat it as an RPG, even though it is one, which is really funny. So you know how difficult your game is all up to your build, right? Actually, kind of fighting game coded too. Oh, I see. Oh, this actually is a Helion mirror. They were not joking. Folks, I don't know if I like what I'm seeing, but I mean, Melody is winning right now. I don't think S91 was ready. Oh, never mind. I have the names backward. S91 is winning. Damn. I feel bad. Anyway, this is going to be very weird. Because this character actually kind of sucks at hitting himself. Which is, I don't think is something you can say about a lot of mirror matches in fighting games, but when you come down to it, Helion doesn't have anything that reaches up into the air like that. Everything they have fires downwards like this. I guess there's 6H, yeah. 6H is the only thing, and it's like, it's fairly slow, as you can see, and it doesn't do any chip damage. So if Helion is in the lead, they can just stay up there for, 30 seconds a time, and, it's up to you to try and do something when they come down. So when you get down to it, Riz1 is running Karna's Revenge in a couple of weeks. It's going to be actually just 1 week now. Exhibitions on the 16th, bracket on the 17th. You can check that out at start.gg/retrocard. But yeah, Cyberbot, sometimes it's like this. Looks like Melody pulled out with the lead in the end. It's going to be interesting to see who can get the first hit here, and it's 2L. There we go. All right. Pretty good position, though, to have him on the ground there. It's like one of the best things you can do in this matchup is just go for tick throws, because Helion has an especially slow jump and has some fairly slow normals, too. Okay, it does a super. Solid punish. Okay, good throw coming out from Melody. Oh, they're pretty much even in life. They're really exchanging blows here. Okay, this is getting really dicey. Oh, good burst. Oh, runs right into the bullets there. It's tough, and that is going to be one game on the board for S91. Okay, we're gonna see if they stick with the characters here. Yep. Okay. First hit comes in dashing L. I think it's funny when fighting games have rating systems because there's no telling what it is they're rating. Imagine it's probably something like attacks landed and successful blocks and things like that. And yeah, if you like go anywhere close to time, or if you are like even in life and not dominating the match, you're getting a C in this. Although if you get S, they'll call you a genius, so that's all worth it. Okay, we are just exchanging dashing Ls here. Nice, good take throw from S91. Probably going to be looking to get an early lead and run away at this point. Oh, okay, that's going to be punishable on block. Oh, okay, not the most damaging thing you could have done, but at least, you know, helps Melody pull into the early lead. If you're ever in that position, Helion can do boost L and just link it right into Super, because Super is like 3 frames or something crazy like that. Okay, good throw. And tries to go for OTG bomb there. Helion also has really mediocre OTG options. It's just the bomb, and it's very slow, so you can't, like, you have to just fire it and hope they miss their tech. Oh, that's probably not what S91 wanted. And the OTG too, yeah. Okay. Melody showing her inner counter player and just not as apt to block as S91 is when the chips are down. But this is going to go down to the wire. Just one more hit will take it. Oh, just... Yeah, S91 able to just chip her out with that heavy version of the chopper chop, as it were. I don't remember what that name is, what that move is called. All right, that is going to be 2-0 for S91. Yeah, I think everyone's finished their matches. All right, what was the score for Telos? Let me see, score once again. Then we can put Swiss round 3 on. Okay, there we go. I think we'll probably get congealed dairy and Lord Louie. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we haven't had Lord Louie on stream yet. And I don't think we had... Oh, we did have dairy before, but we'll see how this one goes. Oh, it's Helion again. All right. Well, I said I was going to do it, and we'll see if maybe Darius picked up some advice here against Helion. But yeah, you generally want to avoid staying on the ground against this character too much. If you can at least pretend that you're going to meet them in the air, then that can make them hesitate and move in the wrong way. Oh, that that might have actually crossed up. That's wild. I think it's fair to not show too much of one matchup or player on the stream. So I'm gonna finish this game and see who else we've got playing. Right. Fortunately, things are not looking good for Dairy right now. I do like the use of the high mines, but unfortunately Helion has just not been getting hit by those so far. All right, let's see. Put on Melody and Telos. I don't remember if we've had telosnyx up on stream yet. Right, cool. Well, it's Riot this time. Matchup might also not be too great, but I think the main thing Riot has is a couple very fast anti-airs, mainly 6W, and a very good throw. Unfortunately, you can't be throwing out too many rush punches on block. That move is kind of unsafe. I think I recently updated Riot's page too. That is like minus 20, 21 on block or something crazy. The main way Riot wants to approach this is to either throw at 6W sometimes, you know, meet Helion in the air, or just oppress them and tick throw them like this. Yeah, Riot has a bit of a throw range advantage over Helion, and just some good buttons in general for, you know, keeping their frame advantage up. But emphasis on buttons and not specials. The specials are all a little bit unsafe, except for maybe 4-2-1. Yeah, Shining Arm's pretty safe on block, but you have to be a little careful about throwing it out. But yeah, outside of a few characters, generally if Helion's in the air, you want to try and meet them air to air, or wait for them to land and deal with it there. Once Helion is on the ground, they have a very long jump startup, and it's you can just keep on them and tick throw, then you can potentially win the game right there. I think rather than jumping and trying to aim jump L, what Riot wants to do is use weapon on the ground in order to try and set up a tick throw, because even from about half screen away, that move will be plus on block. Yeah, like right now, yeah, 6W is usually a better option. Right there when Helion landed, that was a good opportunity to throw. Yeah, this could be the comeback. Now it's looking like Telos is down just a little bit. That's a pretty big hit. No OTG throw, however. Oh, okay. Comes out with the punch. Things looking pretty good for Telos right now. Oh, that's going to be a lot of damage. Loses the arm too, so you can't throw without the arm. Alright, things have suddenly turned around. This is really looking like Melody's game right now. But we're in potential chip territory too. Just anything will do it here. Yeah, lands a standing L, and that's going to be it. Melody wins 2-0. What? Why does it say 3? That's not right. I assume that's supposed to be 2-0, but what is going on? Alright. Well, I'll figure out what they're up to after. I think that's 2-1 to S91. Okay, this is looking a lot better. Unfortunately, the Brazilians in this game can be quite strong. The fact is, you really don't want to be in this situation. And unfortunately, that is kind of hard when you're not totally sure what you're going to want to do in this game. Yeah, as Killer B, you kind of want to rely on... oh my god, good combo into Super, though. As Killer B, your bread and butter is kind of, jump weapon and neutral, kind of using your air dash movement to be really tricky about how you approach, using low JL, occasionally like going up a little high and using jump H, which is pretty hard to contest from the ground. But the drill just has like a lot of startup and recovery to it, so despite going at like a good angle and having some solid hitboxes, it can be really risky to throw out there. You do want a good Killer B to watch, though. The Monster King has a lot of sets up on my YouTube that you can refer to. Yeah, the damage is really stacking up here. No arm either. This is kind of curtains. Okay, let's check on Vivi and S91. S91 with the Gaits pick, though. That's very funny. And he will manage to do it with his character. Gaits is weird. He's a bit small and hard to hit, and has a couple interesting gimmicks that he's kind of good at keeping in the air compared to some characters, but has many weaknesses. Bad weapon, no air weapon, weak charge cancel for whatever reason, and doesn't really have a lot in the way of mix-ups either. It's mostly like take throw and kind of relying on the threat of fireball. Like, he does have an infinite, which is funny. Oh, nice. Just flies just out of range of DP there and hits him with J2H. S91 is up 1 right now, but that doesn't mean it's over. Oh, command grab. Nice. Having one of the only meterless reversals in the game, along with Blodia, is kind of nice for Gaits. Yes, it's a big thing that gives them an advantage. Alright, OTG throw, that's going to do a chunk of damage. So is reversal HDP. Yeah, missiles are much faster projectile than what Gaits has on hand. And yeah, if you get air hit by that fireball, you're pretty safe because you only take a bit of damage, you don't get stunned like you do on the ground. I think the main thing is Vivi could be using more of JL. Vise JL is a pretty strong button. Oh, the burst? Alright, potential chip situation here. Anyone could die in a second. Wow. Vivi managed to make the comeback using jump H there at the right time. This is looking like a 1-1 set. Anyone could take it. I'm seeing Vivi play Vise a bit more defensively than I'm used to be honest. His character can kind of loop you if they get just one good knockdown. If they throw out missiles or land a command grab, that can be it. Oh, alright, solid damage. Good anti-airs too coming out from S91. Oh, the arm ripper? You don't see that too often, alright. This could be it. Oh, this time Vise's burst coming out. Alright, but the chip damage killing there from S91's Gaits. Oh, good command grab. That move's so cool, and it honestly doesn't do that much damage. Okay, loses the arm, but gets it back right away. Alright, good command grab from Vivi. The main thing is you need to be ready to throw out missiles after you land that, and if they have reversal and they use it to escape missiles, then you can command grab them to punish. Alright, good mash out there from Vivi though. Okay, sweep, not a bad option there. Alright, this is coming down to the wire. Oh, the empty jump throw? Right. All it could take is 1 DP here. Ooh. Alright, this is shaping up to be a very close set. We'll see who was able to get the first big opening here. Although I guess for Gaits, a big opening is pretty medium sized compared to these other guys. Alright, damage really racking up here thanks to that super buff. Oh, that was a weird looking cross up. Right, throw. S91 is absolutely jonesing for this DP right now. If he can just chip out here, this might be the game. Oh, air command grab, that's nice. Ah, yeah, that's tough. And there you have it, S91 taking that 2-1. Alright, that is going to be the end of the Swiss group stage. We'll be moving on to top 4 bracket. GG's to everyone who showed up to compete. You're going to have, again, S91 versus Vivi and Mileto versus Melody, which I'm going to play Mileto versus Melody up first. Okay, here we go. Looking to be a Fordy mirror. Bit of a surprise here, if I'm being honest, but I think I prefer this to the alternative. Wait, ball? Ball form? Ball if true? Yeah, you can expect the damage to start to rack up if Mileto gets a solid opening like that. Yeah, Mileto just kind of hanging back, looking for a way to throw out missiles and apply pressure here. Ooh, sweep just barely grazes them. And yeah, this is still going to be a first to 2, so it can be over in a flash. Honestly, ball might be kind of hard for Fordy to contest. Ooh, okay. Something happened there. This is honestly not going too bad for Melody if this was an accidental pick, but Helion Fordy is kind of a tough matchup, so if that's what it comes down to, we'll see how it goes. Oh, and the low, yep. The constant vortex that yeah, the constant vortex that Fordy puts you in is really tough. Yeah, here we go. This is probably what you can grow to expect if, as long as you're able to get the lead here. There's not a lot that Fordy can do to actually catch Helion once they're in the air, so it really depends on how much Melody is willing to abuse that. Oh, and the swoop, yeah, that's just another mix-up Helion has in this situation. Oh, Mileto almost had it there. You really have to be ready to take advantage of that once, once Helion is forced to land here. Oh, Mileto was probably looking for the DP there, but wasn't able to get anything. Yeah, 3, 2, 1, that's it. Oh, goes for the burst right at the start, which is going to be enough technically to get that early lead. Honestly, if you're a Helion in this situation, you can even fly out of the corner, which will make your positioning a little less predictable. But yeah, you can see there just the raw stalling time there is adding up. That was like, what, 20 seconds in the corner? And you can stretch it even further if you choose to use a weapon once in a while like that. Unfortunately, this is the reality of the matchup, right? Fordy is just not equipped to reach you if you're up there. Burst does not go further than like maybe 3/4, like just under the health bars. So Super doesn't even reach all the way up there. They could try, but it's not going to work. There's potential to use Burst as like a punish or a call out when Helion finally comes down, but even that's not guaranteed. So the best thing you can do is punish them once they come down, maybe just heavy DP or throw and, tech chase them. And the good thing is Fordy does rack up damage pretty quickly, but you don't get too many chances for that. All right, this could be the game. Yeah, this is looking really good. Is that enough? Yeah, that's enough. There's a bit of a gap there in health. All right. But yeah, this could be potentially either 8-2 or 9-1. I'd like to ask what Japan thinks, but I think even the players in Japan say, yeah, this one's awful. You should really avoid this matchup if you have the option. I think we'll see who else Mileto plays, because I forget if they play Jackal or not on the side. If they only play Fordy, then you're kind of stuck here. Swordsman, yeah. Yeah, you're right, Swordsman. Swordsman does not have it great versus Helion, but they've got at least one move that will chip from all the way up there, which is more than 0. Well, here we are, in getting to appreciate this game's stages and music, for one thing. I may have to turn this shit up. Alright. Only 10 seconds left. Once Helion comes down, all it might take is one throw to even things up. But that's probably not coming. Yeah, that is the game. What does he score right now? 1-1. This is kind of prime position here for Mileto to make the switch. There we go. Yeah, this is potentially going to be a lot better. Although it's not free, Swordsman's pressure and damage output's a little bit weaker than Fordy. But the fact that you have, 4-2-1L there to at least force them to, respect you and concern about a little bit of chip damage really makes a difference. And the other thing is, honestly, Swordsman neutral on the ground is a lot better. So at round start, you can press 5L as Swordsman, and you're probably going to clip Helion and at least prevent them from getting the early lead, which you really don't want to see. Yeah, good job blocking the lasers there. Oh, that was kind of weird. I wonder if that crosses up or not. Helion is, I believe, I actually didn't know that's how that interacted. Is that crouching only, or is that specific to Swordsman? I don't know. All right, things looking much better for Mileto. Still playing most of the match time, but 20 seconds left is better than 0. Yeah, he gets the tick throw. Nice, yeah, things are looking a lot better for Mileto here. It's going to be up to Melody to adapt. And Helion's ground game is solid, but not the very best. That's going to be it. Mileto taking it 2-1. All right, let's see it. Okay, Blodia this time. S91 is good with quite a variety of characters here. But I believe Vivi may be getting more used to playing Vise as the time goes on, so this could go in a surprising direction as the match unfolds. True. We don't have enough Vise mains. Oh, that's tough. Ooh, nice. Okay. Oh, this reversal super. That's good. Yeah, the damage on Blodia is very good. Oh, nice sweep. Yeah, that's the thing about sweep. Vise sweep being an Abari option is so crazy, especially because just being that fast, you don't expect to be knocked down, and you might miss your tech. Sometimes a bizarre sort of confluence, you know, a move just works in a fighting game like this, and you can never explain it. Oh, damn. Good follow-up there. Okay. Yep, just takes a sweet punish. Big OTG option. And that's the thing. If Vise gets OTG J2H plus throw, the damage on that is like maybe 20% of your life alone. Okay. Boost. Things are looking kind of dicey. Vivi has to play a little carefully here because, yeah, there we go. Good punish. All right. This is a first to two, so we're going to see if S91 is going to make a character switch or commit to playing Blodia. Yes, it may be Reptos time. There we go, that's Jackal. I'll take it. And if I were S91, I'd also be this confident in Jackal. This is an interesting matchup because it feels like the way Jackal wants to play close to Vise in order to, or close to anyone in order to do damage and run Tatsu mix-ups is very scary against Vise because of the command grab, but you kind of play a long-term zoning game with Jackal, it can be difficult. Oh yeah, this damage just racking up here very quickly. This is not looking good for S91. Right? We're in a good spot right here. He's putting forth the challenge to Vivi here in order to guard cancel to get out of that Tatsu pressure. We'll see here if Vivi is able to rise to the challenge or not. Although it also looks like Vise is just scary enough that Vivi is really keeping it together in this set. Alright. S91 again with nearly a full bar of meter. Jackal really generates meter pretty quickly, especially once you're charge canceling those shots. Alright, we're in there with full meter now. Jackal gains some pretty powerful options with meter compared to most of the cast. Alright, just barely gets the arm back. I think out of all the characters, Vise probably loses the most without the arm, so that's a very good situation there for Vivi. Just getting the arm back that quickly. Vise also has a pretty interesting set of air normals, because JH is kind of short range, but that means if they're trying to trade or potentially win against JL, you know, they might lose against JH. JL has a lot more range, but JH has a bit more of a disjoint. Well, we're at kind of a crossroad here. This is going to be a very interesting set. If Vivi is able to land just a few command grabs, it could be the end of the match right there. I think judging by the range on Vise command grab, you should be able to air throw Tatsu, but it might be very difficult in practice. Ooh, alright, gets the stompies. Oh, and whiffs the hit grab there, which you really don't want to see. We'll offer one little tip. You do not do any more damage with 623H compared to 623L. So if you're going to get something else, if you're not sure if you're going to land throw or not, 623L is the best choice. You'll probably get 2L, which is a very disjointed low if you're out of range. Alright, chip damage stacking up. As that is a tool that might see more use in this matchup is Jackal 632W. Does a good amount of chip. And can be good against Vise if they decide to stay grounded. Vise honestly has some solid tools to play defensively, but right now, Vivi really needs to get in. That's a good question. I think it might be, because I don't remember if any other weapon specials do chip. Missiles definitely don't. It's a very weird idea that they didn't really explore too much, but I guess they felt like Jackal had kind of occupied all the other inputs they wanted to use, right? What else is a weapon-based special? I think Super 8 Satellite Dish is 28W, which also does a bit of chip damage, but that's not really the main threat behind the move. Because yeah, it's 28L is a sweep, 28H is the axe, and 28W is the Satellite Dish, which stuns for his infinite on ground hit. Alright, good throw. S91 understands perhaps better than anyone that this game is a game about throw. If you're not throwing in a lot of situations, you're losing. Nice. It's a really good mix-up. I don't know if what Vivi could have done to escape there. Honestly, I think right, because if you're reset there and they're behind you, I don't know how the turning around works. Might not be able to really avoid that unless you've got Giga Crush on deck. There's going to be 2-1 for S91. It was a really interesting set, though. There's two. Oh yeah, forgot about the 2-1-4. Mib has been a big fan of that move because its input also makes it really easy to guard cancel with. All right. Next up, a bit of a modern tragedy matchup. We'll have the Brazil brothers, S91 versus Mileto, up first to 3 here in winners finals. Yeah. It's always been the truth that Brazil is the best of this game. All right, we'll see how this goes. Okay, here we go. Starting out with the Gaits. I actually really don't know what to make of this matchup because I feel like Gaits could kind of play defensively if he gets a lead, but that's easier said than done. A nice anti-air jab there, though. Okay, OTG throw. Damage is kind of catching up here for S91, but is it going to make the difference? A burst or even an errant DP from Fordy is going to do it here. Oh yeah, that I heard that coin. That DP must have been a misinput from S91. You hate to see it. Okay. So far things are looking good for Mileto once again. Okay. Interesting choice to burst there. S91 probably hoping to find the infinite, but it's not quite coming together. Alright. I'm looking a lot closer at this stage of the match. So far, oh, that combo drop, that was crucial. Alright, let's see. Not a huge punish coming out from Mileto, but he's got a solid life lead here, so Unless S91 does something huge here, this could be it. Alright, lands a throw for a tiny bit of damage there. Unfortunately, Gaits has a little bug with his light throw where it will only hit once, even though it's intended to be a mashable throw. Ooh, big damage. S91, though, making a statement by sticking with Gaits in this matchup. Of course, I'm not sure what that statement is because I don't speak the language, but I hear it. Alright, settles for the DP ender. Yeah, they're really slugging it out here. Ooh, really tricky cross up there coming out from S91. Oh, he was really sniffing out that DP, but was just a little slow in the draw there. Okay, good stalling options coming out from Gaits. The recovery of that teleport just going through or whatever Fordy threw out. Oh, they're dead even. And 2L takes it from Fordy. This is a first to 3 set, so even if S91 loses this, he's not out. But right now, Mileto is pulling ahead. Alright. Making the choice to sit back there for a second to wait out potential DP that does not come. Ooh, big damage coming out from Gaits here. I guess the end game with Gaits is to kind of stall it out for a bit and, you know, build up your meter so that bonus damage really counts. Oh, okay, not the big punish we were hoping for. Mileto is still in the lead here, but things are looking very close. Alright, oh, and DP takes it. Well, takes that game. We gotta slow down and see if S91 makes a character switch here. And he does not. We're committed. Okay. Big hits coming out here from S91. You can tell he's a fighter even when he's down. Oh, Gaits without the arm though. That's not great, but I'm actually not totally sure what Gaits loses without the arm, outside of throw, of course. Oh, jump H taking that. Yeah, all the Gaits normals will sort of stall him on block, but JH does that on whiff as well, which can be kind of a mix-up option in neutral. It'll make it a little tricky to pin the character down when you need to. Mileto in a pretty comfortable spot right now. He's willing to stall it out if he has to. Dude, I would have lost it if S91 landed the infinite there, but he just hasn't quite been able to bring it together so far. At this point, things are very close, though. Mileto can't get too comfortable lest S91 pull this away from him. Dude, this is so close. I actually can't tell who's in the lead here. I'm pretty sure it's still Mileto, but that's the case. One errant fireball could even it up. Yeah, there you have it. I don't think there's anything Gaits can really do here. I think the best move for S91 there might have been to spend super, but wasn't quite in range. Oh, that was a weird connect. Oh, good reversal. Oh, and that's going to do it. ViviMayoi takes that 3-0. All right, we have losers semifinals coming up. And that means that Mileto is sitting in grand finals. All right, here we go. The grappler. We're once again seeing a Fordy pick, which may be accidental, but we'll see how it goes. It looks like Melody is rolling with it, regardless. The thing with Vise is, yeah, if you can't be 100% with your DP inputs, then it's bad, because getting an accidental hit grab there is very punishable. Oh, command grab super. And that kills too. Yeah, you gotta watch it, especially when you're a low health unit like Fordy. Okay, I'm gonna clip that just for the damage. Okay. Nice, lands that. Oh, this is looking very good for Melody right now, though. Never mind. Vise is too strong. Here we go. This is one of the characters that they put into Cyberbots, and it is going to be your problem right now. All right, we'll see if Vivi is able to confidently land those command grabs, which is pretty much the rule of this matchup. You can always throw out missiles in order to keep Helion down. And you always have to remember the homing property. Ooh, nice. Yeah, that's going to be big damage. The homing property is stronger on 236W compared to just 5W. Oh, okay, good tech throw. With practice, this matchup should be bad for Helion. And yeah, I think as a rule of thumb, you really want to be using Vise Jump L over their other options. Yeah, the Faithful Hounds is really good. That clip has such a beautiful way with words. I think I like the fact that they say 623L in the air is a long range command grab. Oh, there we go. It's exactly what you need to see. If you can work the matchup like this, it's easy for Vise to win. Oh yeah, that was definitely a grab attempt that did not come out, but it's all right. Oh, the meaty burst? Not something you see a lot of. I wonder how safe that actually is for Vise, because Vise burst is active for a while. Oh, okay, it looks like it was Melody's turn to reversal there. Looking a bit dicey, but thankfully Helion cannot chip you from up there. Oh, Vivi puts out something though, and that standing L snipes it. Looks like we're 1-1 right now. Good tick throw coming out from Melody. This is a really strong opener right now. But as a character, Vise is still in this, but losing the arm there, and that might just be it. Mm-hmm. I find it really interesting the way they designed the characters in this game so that if you lose an arm, you'll still keep a couple of specials, and you'll always keep your crouching normals no matter what, but your standing normals usually change. Jumping attacks as well always tend to use the lower body. So Vise does retain their jump L and their very fast sweep, but they lose command grab, and that alone is enough to make it really bad to be without your arm. Dang, all right. Looks like that was a 2-1 for Melody here. Right, we have Melody on the left, S91 on the right. We'll see right now S91 deciding on a more serious character for this set. Yeah, it comes out the gate. We'll see here if Melody is able to fight against S91 because he is very scary when he's locked in here. S91 can also have a deadly precision here with the command grab, which is kind of the saving grace here for Reptos in this matchup. Although, honestly, Reptos has a lot of different options that can pretty safely engage with Helion for the distance. Jump laser is a decent option, and it's mainly the satellite force 2 and 4 that is really good against this character. Oh. Yeah, for anyone who's maybe not familiar with Cyberbots, Reptos can grab you air to ground like that. For throw, yeah. That's the thing, if you commit to that OTG option there, then it can be very punishable on block. Okay, almost punishes the burst from there. Dude, he's so good with these. Oh my god. Runs the OTG as well. Right, this is a first to 3. I think Melody will commit to Helion here. I don't think there's a lot that they can really do differently, except maybe go for some more charge cancels on 5L and Boost L, but for the most part, S91 is just making a lot of very good decisions here. It can be hard for Helion if they're forced to kind of play the grounded game against other characters. They do have some good ground buttons, but Reptos is just so fast and able to approach with that violent wind that it can be hard for Helion to contest it. And man, Helion is very cool when they are not stalling in the air, you know? Getting the throw. No combo there, but Reptos now at full meter, so you have to watch out. Ooh, yeah, that's not quite it. Alright. Once again, the throw takes the game. S91 up 2-0. Yeah, Vivi, I appreciate you showing up for this. Now that I've switched the time, I think maybe things will change in terms of who can show up, and we'll see whether it's positive or negative, because I think a few people were not, we're often busy on Saturdays, which hopefully this will look different. We've seen Melody switch over to Gaits, which is a bit surprising. And above all, that was very funny. There's not a lot I can say for Gaits against Reptos. I mean, having a DP is nice, but it doesn't... It's only invincible for a little bit, and it can be kind of tricky to actually anti a Reptos as is. Oh, teleport into DP just working out. Right, not quite able to punish it from air block. Oh yeah, that's too bad. Oh, missing the tech too, that's too rough. Gaits also incredibly disprivileged as a boss, but they are kind of a joke character, so they're the only boss that can lose their arm like everyone else. Oh, big damage. Command grab with that damage boost is going to do a ton, and that's it for S91. Successfully knocking Melody out of the bracket, S91 moves on to winners, grand finals. So, I mean, that half of its playtime was playing Gates Mirrors with S91. Very true. I understand. Alright, you all know what it is. Alright, let's see it. It is once again Gate season. And we'll see now what kind of work S91's able to do here with this character. Gates has kind of an interesting dynamic in how he wants to approach and kind of keep you at a mid-screen distance here with being able to throw out Fireball and jump H, but also not being bad at going in. The main thing with his character is like the damage and mix-ups aren't quite there. The neutral's pretty solid, to be honest. And to be honest, I think if Gates had like a stronger command grab or could use it in the air, that would solve a lot of their problems. As it stands now, though, if Mileto can play solidly like that, he can just pull ahead with the lead and really keep Gates down. Ooh, the burst. Burst takes that game. Or that round, rather. Alright. We'll see what S91 is able to make of this. Yeah, sometimes throwing out preemptive DP is a way to stop characters like Fordy from going in. Okay, OTG does not get the throw, but now this is pretty scary. Oh, still gets a punish. It's going to be 1-up for Mileto. Alright, switch to Reptos. We'll see now Mileto is still able to make this upset, but yeah, it's looking pretty dominant. Reptos has just a strong variety of offense and defensive tools. Very good zoning options and very strong jump L there that can make it very hard for Fordy to contest. Oh, and gets the chip out there. Fortunately, Fordy DP is actually not a true reversal. It's invincible slightly after the startup frames, which makes it a really good anti-air, but situations like that, it won't save you from getting thrown. The main thing that I tend to have luck with against Reptos is kind of playing more neutral. I mean, it's easy to try and go in, especially as a character like Fordy, where that's kind of your main goal. But sometimes that'll cause you to dash right over Reptos, and if he does Violent Wind, you won't be able to stop it. Nice, really good DP there from Mileto. That was really clutch. Oh, damage really racking up here from Reptos. Loses the arm. Probably not where you want to tech, though, yeah. I mean, the OTG throw might have killed him, too, but at that point, you kind of put yourself into a situation where you can't reversal throw and can only really block there and take the chip. Alright, 1-1 right now. Mileto still has a lot of potential to make the upset here. Yeah, trying to poke defensively after the air block there and leads to him, unfortunately, falling right into Violent Wind there. That attack from Reptos is just really what, you know, the glue that brings his game together. You can just approach from such a range and it's hard to contest, it's safe on block. The main thing is you really want to try and get out of the corner against this character, which is easier said than done. Right? Good spacing. Oh, ends the anti-air 2H. You don't see that move come out too often. Right? This is looking really good for Mileto at the moment. That things can turn around in an instant. It's just kind of hard for Fordy to force Reptos to respect him. But if you're able to get a bit of a lead and really put the hurt on Reptos, everyone has to block the mix-up the same way. Oh, super. All right, this is looking very dire for Mileto here, but he's still in this. Has to navigate this carefully. Oh yeah, there's a Reptos JL. What a good button. Yeah, a jumping light from Reptos is one of the best buttons in the game. We'll see about getting Reptos hitboxes and stuff up this weekend. but it's hard to overstate how like straightforwardly good and well-rounded this character is. Okay, Reptos throw out the arm, but that's not stopping him. Oh. Never actually seen someone do the air to ground grab rising that quickly. Wow. I have to figure out how he does that, because I'm used to doing it like jump, boost, and then stop your boost in 2-2L. I think the more people learn about this game, the better it gets. Oh, gets the chip out from the super too. That is 3-1 for S91, so that is a Grand Finals reset. Right. We're back to Gaits. Just for the bit. And once Mileto is able to overcome this character, we'll probably see Reptos once again. Okay. Solid choice to burst there. Okay, yeah, Gates using the weapon there as an anti-air. Okay. Good call dashing back there to avoid the reversal from Mileto. S91's still doing a very good job trying to pressure Mileto here with Gates, but unfortunately he's just down. Okay, things are looking very even right now, actually. And gets the throw. Nice. Okay. Mileto right now just kind of hanging back. Oh, empty jump command grab. That's going to be a good chunk of damage. Oh, nice combo from Mileto here. Once again looking dead even here. Mileto does have the benefit of that lightning skin, that 20% damage buff when you charge your meter all the way. Alright, sweet punish, not bad. OTG throw. Oh, interesting trade there. Alright, all it takes is one more hit. Mileto is very good at making it look like he's going to approach and backing off. Gets him that time, though, with Boost L. And we are back to Reptos. Just like I thought. We'll see right now if Mileto is able to make the magic happen, because he is a very good player. I think he has the potential to make this upset. But S91 is just looking too dominant right now. Yeah, you can start to see just how good throws are in this game. The jump H, not an option you see a lot of, but he did hit it just the right angle there. Oh, a trade there with the missiles. S91, despite being slightly down here, is evening things up very quickly. Yeah, Fordy just kind of gets his damage from specifically landing like JH homing missiles, which is not always easy to come by if people are keen on blocking high. Mileto getting more tricky with his movement. Good reversal there. Nice, good punish. Yeah, that was a ticket right there. I think if Mileto's able to take this game, he's got it in the bag. Just has to be careful about it. Oh, good throw. It almost looked like he caught him right out of the air. Oh, wow. Yeah, the damage adds up so quickly. And S91 takes it with a perfect. Unfortunately, I have no choice but to clip that. Yeah, right now S91 is in the zone, and it's kind of difficult for Fordy to prevent him from rushing in like that. Because I don't think, yeah, he can't really outpoke it with his standing normals, and even jumping is kind of dicey here. Yeah, throwing in missiles at that height is something that Reptos is very good at sniffing out with that move. Alright. For a little bit of chip here. Mileto not in a great position right now. S91 spends reversal though. Without meter, Mileto might have an easier time coming back against this character. Oh, things are very close here though. Oh. This is very tense. Oh, 2L. Yeah, Reptos 2L is a mad fast button that you gotta watch out for. Honestly, I don't know what to say. This has been a good showing for both players, but S91 has just been on top of things for this set. Oh, the super punish? What? Okay, well, you don't see that every day. Oh, sorry, that was me. I forget that bringing something up will also pause fight K like that. I don't know why that happens. Let's get back into the match though. Already a big early lead coming out from S91. Alright, there it is. Really strong mix-ups here from Mileto. Still gets thrown by S91 here. All he needs is one more hit. Both of them just down to the wire here. Nice. There really wasn't much that S91 could have done there. Oh, the quick confirm with the super there. It's going to do a ton of damage, though. Knocks off his arm. OTG throw. Oh, dude, this is looking so bad for Mileto here. If he can just get his arm back, things might be a little better here. He has to really work to get these mix-ups. But all it takes is a few more hits here from Mileto, and he could be back in the game. Really good guard cancel boost L there from S91. Dude, Mileto's working so hard for this. He wants it, no matter what. Oh! Dude, one more hit, one more hit. Okay, be careful. Dude, if I was Mileto, oh. Dude, he almost had it there. I would have crumbled. Mileto was playing so nice despite being so far down in life there that I can't even be, you know, mad. I think that was an excellent set. But there we have it. S91 securing that bracket reset 3-1 and taking the tournament is another result for S91 and for the beautiful country of Brazil. Yeah, well played all around. Thank you for everyone who joined. Even if this was your first time playing, I hope you had fun. I'm going to look for someone to raid right now, but thank you so much for tuning in. Let me see. We've got... I gotta see who's playing what. Lord BVH's stream just says game, and I don't know what that means. That's very tempting, but I think I'm going to throw you over to Rizwan, because he's doing Jazzy exhibitions for Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, it looks like. And that's good games. Yeah, definitely. I'm happy with how these brackets go. I'd like to try to have a more consistent co-commentator, just because doing this myself is a little tough, but we're all having fun here. Yeah, I'll see y'all later.